So now welcome to lesson 3. We're going to talk about the project processing groups. These are the 5 main phases that every project works through from start to finish. So we're going to walk through each of these 5 phases to see what happens within a project, which will be the basis for a remainder of this course. The first phase we're going to get into is the initiating process group. In this group, the initiating process includes all the activities that lead up to the final authorization to begin the project, start with the original project request. And the key activities in this process group are as follows. You will be creating the project charter. You will be creating a business case and justification. Why do you need this project? And you will be defining high-level scope definition, the high-level things that need to be done for the project. And you will also be identifying high-level risks, those things that could happen during the project. The next phase is the planning process group phase. In the planning process group, this will be the project goals, objectives, and deliverables are refined and broken down into manageable units of work. The key activities in the planning process group are as follows. You will develop a project schedule. You will create a work breakdown structure. You will determine your resources, identify and plan for detailed risks, determine project requirements. You will write a project communication plan. How are you going to talk to people, and by what modes of communication will you do so? You are going to develop a procurement plan if you're utilizing resources outside of the organization, meaning what vendors are you going to use to buy? You're going to be developing a change management plan. What happens if something comes up that you need to change in the middle of your project? And then you will define the project budget. You need to stay within the confines of the money that you have for your project. Now the third phase is the executing process group phase. This is where the deliverables are produced and verified. Now, it didn't seem like a very long phase, but a lot of the work happens in the executing phase. And fourthly, while the executing phase is going on, you're going to be monitoring and controlling in this process group the monitoring and controlling processes. Here you are going to be monitoring the progress of the project to identify any variances from that project management plan. You're going to be monitoring the risk issues log, performance measuring and reporting. How are your people doing, your KPIs? You're going to be doing quality assurance and governance activities and administering the change control process to make sure that when there is a change, it's done properly. And then you're going to monitor again that budget so it stays intact. And lastly, you have the closing process group. In the closing process group, the key activities are where you now are going to be transitioning to the maintenance or operations team. You're going to be training all of those who will be supporting the product or service that you are handing off to operations. This is the final acceptance and sign-off of the project from the project sponsor and customer. You're going to archive the project documents. You're going to be documenting the lessons learned so you can use them for future projects. You're going to be releasing your human and other resources back to respective places, and you're going to be closing on the contract. And now your project is complete.